Hello everybody and welcome to a new Animal Crossing video. Today I've decided to restart my island. I recently posted a island tour of my weird core island, Odessa, and I was finished with that island, so I decided I was just gonna reset it. Um, I'm thinking that this island's probably gonna be a city core island. That's up to change, honestly, if I'm not feeling it, but that's probably what I'm deciding on. I don't really have a dreamies list or anything for that, but if you guys have any ideas for animals or builds or anything, you guys obviously can let me know. I am voicing this one over just because the game audio in the recording was so loud you couldn't hear me talking. So the next one I have fixed that, so it shouldn't be too bad. Right now it's just on the main screen. Um, Nothing too interesting, but yeah, the only dreamies I guess I can think of is like Raymond because he's like a business cat, and like maybe Zell, and that's honestly the only two that I can think of. But I really like, honestly, I like a lot of villagers. I'm not like super worried about them completely and totally fitting the theme, as long as I think they'd live in a city. They can be in the city. Like, I'm not too worried about them. Also, I don't really like making dreamy lists because then I like pass up other cute villagers for one, like the specific ones when I'm hunting, and I don't really want to do that cuz like it just takes so much effort and like kills me, but I might change my mind later on. I'm just making my character the same character that I always make forever. And I'm not super picky with my islands or anything. I do reset it once because I didn't like how close Resident Services was, but I'm not like super duper picky with any of that. Here are the first maps. I wasn't really feeling any of them. I chose the bottom right one just because it was the best choice out of all of them, but I ended up resetting it because I didn't like how close they were to the airport. I didn't like how close Resident Services was to the airport, so I ended up resetting it. That was my only reason. I'm not like, I don't care about fruits or like your airport color or any of that, or even your starting villagers. I just didn't like how close it was because it was hard to decorate. Here is the one that I go with, the top left one. It's super far away, which I'm very happy about. The only downside to this one is the double south river mouths, but that is the only issue that I have with it. Nothing else. And also I can fix that with terrain manipulation and all that. But here's the overview of the island. We've got oranges and we've got a blue airport, and that's all. That's it. We've also got Teddy and Cat. I like both of these villagers. I am going to keep Teddy as long as I can. I love Teddy actually. He's one of my favorites. Here's where I put my house down. I'm gonna be cutting through a lot of this because it was boring. But I got Teddy's house and I put it down on the other side of the beach because there wasn't any room next to mine, as well as Cat's. And then I go, yeah, I go get Cat's tent from her and put it next to Teddy's. There's not that much room on um the beaches for a lot of stuff, and I can't put the museum on the beaches, but here I am gathering the sticks and the oranges for Tom Nook. And then the name that I picked for this island was Everrain. I stole this off of Reddit. So thank you to that Redditor. Shout out to Reddit, I guess. I couldn't come up with an idea, gonna be honest. Wasn't being very creative. But here's Everrain in case I want to change it for something else, you know? Oh, and then, dream about KK Slider. Just thought I should include that. I love KK Slider. I'm a fanboy. And then after that, I get the Nook phone from Tom Nook as well as my itemized bill. And then I start getting a bunch of Nook miles. So taking photos, editing my passport, and like a custom design. I got a hat from Teddy, and then I sold a bunch of stuff to Timmy, as well as catching a bunch of fish and some bugs. There's not a lot of bugs in the winter, especially not the time of day I was playing, but I caught some wasps and a lot of butterflies, like a lot of the just common butterflies. And then I picked up a bunch of weeds just to clean off my island, sell them to Timmy. I bought this tulip hat, which I should have tomorrow, which makes sense. Donated 5 bugs to Tom Nook to get blathers. Here's my house the next day, as well as the tent for the museum. That's all that I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye bye.